Welcome to the Fit Talk. You see, I'm with Bodyweight Will, who is obviously freezing.
Cold like a motherfucker out here. I'm good.
The whole purpose of this shit is to keep it honest when it comes to fitness and everything else. You're going to see a lot of people on the social media that are very gimmicky. They're full of shit. And this is the honest truth. I've had a vision to do this for a long time. Happy that he's here, right? And yeah, we're just gonna get it going and have some real talk about fitness, man. My good friend. We started as trainers many moons ago.
What year was that?
It seems like 2010. New York Sports Club. Which is what we got our stomping grounds at. Like good solid foundation. Shout out to all the trainers that were there. Specifically Supreme Training NYC, and my man AB. You know, Rob Boy is not really active on Instagram and YouTube and shit like that, but Weezy, shout to Weezy, shout to Richie, shout to Goku in the face, Jay.
Rich, man.
Of course, Rich.
I always keep Rich in mind too.
Even Jen Hunter was good. Of course, Mr. Frank Bolzano.
Of course, yeah.
But you know, as I've gotten older as a trainer, I've seen a lot of bullshit happen as far as gyms and fitness and all this other shit is concerned. I've seen a lot of gimmicks. I've seen a lot of BS, especially with the structure of the gyms. I don't know if you want to elaborate.
Well, it's just, I feel like it's like right now, like training's at its lowest when it comes to like the value of personal training. Like trainers are not getting paid what they're supposed to in all commercial gyms. It goes without saying, it's like you're getting underpaid, and they all trainers are. Like, even if you think $50, $60 an hour is a lot of money, at the end of the day, it really is, especially in New York City or any major metropolis. That's small change, so you got to aim high, you know? And I feel like the personal industry is heading in a way where it's more like cater to independent trainers to have, you know, your own business. Because relying on a commercial gym can only take you so far. And after a while, you deserve more money, especially like if you're a top-notch trainer with experience and you have the education to prove it, the certification. So it's like, in a sense, like you sell yourself short working in the gym. You really do. Like, if you got to get your rocks off in the beginning, just to get, you know, something started.
Of course, getting your rocks off means getting experience.
Of course, it's getting a little experience.
Yeah.
So that's okay in the very beginning. But like you know, older trainers, vets, you need to focus more on yourself and more. You don't have to be a cheesy online personality, you know, but it's vital just not to depend on a commercial gym to.
I'm not cheesy online personality. I'm a real person.
We're real people. You know, we're not perfect too. We hang out. We're not perfect. We're regular guys too. We just, you know, fitness is our passion. At the end of the day, I love fitness. I've been working out since I've been 16 years old. So you're talking about 32. I'm 33 now. So you're talking about 16 years of exercises. So, you know, I love fitness. It's part of my life. I'm gonna do it to the day I die. I'm gonna be an old man. I'm gonna be one of these old mans in the gym on a park still working out, showing the young guys how to do it. So like, fitness is a passion, and you know, it's not all about the money either. I understand it's not all about the money, because it's like you gotta love what you do. What was that guy we were watching the other day? Gary Vee. He said he hit the nail on the head when he was like, yo, you gotta love what you do in life, because if you don't love what you do, you're not gonna, you know, it doesn't matter how much money you make out of it. It's really, it has no substance to it.
You gotta have satisfaction.
Yeah, so I love fitness. It's just that, like, I feel like these commercial gyms are like vampires. They're like parasites. Like, they basically, it's a pimp hoe game. Like, they use the trainers, they take most of the money, and you shit out of luck. Like, you know. So I don't know, man. The way we're heading right now is pretty much, you got to take care of yourself. It's the Wild West. It's a trainer, and which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I'm just not with relying on someone else, the surrogate parent, to take care of you. whether it comes to politics or whether it comes to finances or whatever it is. I like freedom, and that's what we're heading towards as trainers, man. We're heading to that free era where you need to take care of yourself. You need to be self-sustainable.
Self-sufficiency is key. You're right about that. All right, so they know your opinion on box gyms.
They definitely know my opinion. Fuck you, box gyms too. I ain't no online cheesy personality.
He was a Prodigy fan.
I'm me. You know what I'm saying? You see me, Bodyweight Will, aka Maine. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? 100% all the time, son.
All right, so let me ask you a question. How did you get into fitness?
Like, I just, it started just watching dudes work out. Well, originally, it was my old man, my pops, my father, man, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Seeing my father, I used to watch him work out. You know what I'm saying? We used to live in the Bronx, in the South Bronx, like in Webster. We used to live, I forgot the name of the projects, but we had an apartment over there. And as a kid, I used to be like in awe just seeing him do push-ups. Like, to us, that's push-ups is nothing. But to a little boy, that's a major thing, especially if you're old man, you wondering why he's doing so many push-ups. And then I had an uncle, Licio, that he used to lift weights, he used to box, he used to do it all. I used to watch him as well, too, in the Bronx. So I used to watch him work out. My family, we had a house in the Bronx. And in the basement, he set up, he had his free weights, he did deadlifts, squats. So it intrigued me, like, yo, how can someone be into themselves like this? I love fitness. And I don't know, I love the athletic type. Like I always, like, when I was a kid growing up, Rambo, Terminator. So I always thought when I get older, like, I'm gonna have a certain build to me, even though that's not my build now. But Bloodsport, movies like Bloodsport, right. I was just always into martial arts. I was always into fitness. It was always me. Like, it's like the ultimate, to me, it's the ultimate zen. So I give credit to some of my family, and then when I got a little older during my adolescence, like in the hood and the projects, seeing a lot of guys like coming home from the penitentiary and just hitting the ball crazy, going around the world. I'm 15, 16, I know what the fuck is around the world. Then seeing dudes who come home, they're like this, they jack, lift no weights, but they in shape. They smoke cigarettes, drink 40s, and they in tip-top shape with a six-pack, and I'm doing 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 pull-ups. I'm like, so it got me into it, man. Just watching others. A lot of people influenced me, like around my neighborhood. My nigga Lads, when he came home, he was hitting the ball crazy. A lot of people, man, my uncles, like, you know what I'm saying? So since then, like, I slowly but surely, I started getting into it. And then I started reading magazines, men's health magazines. Like, back in, 2000, 2001, we didn't have the resources we have now. Yeah. But, I was trying to get information from anywhere at that time. And then I landed up working in the gym, like, years down the line when I was, 24, 25. And then I was doing good bullshit, like, maintenance, to be honest.
That was Sports Club LA, right?
That was Sports Club LA, yeah. When I was over there, like, I forgot what year exactly, because it was a while back. Like, it was before I was training, and I was building operations, so I was fixing, like, the treadmills, I was fixing all that stuff. Then I was around trainers all the time, soaking up the game, listening to them, and I used to work out 6-7 days a week, and they used to tell me, like, other trainers pull me to the side, like, you work out too much not to be a trainer, like, you need to be a trainer. I used to think it was a joke, like, I can be no personal trainer, like, that's not for me. Sure enough, I started a little believing in myself. I started to inquire, like, yo, how do you go about this? How do you get certified? They put me on, they helped me out. A lot of trainers at that time were telling me this is what you need to get your NESM, get your paperwork together, and then you'll be certified.
By the way, NESM cut the check because it's free advertisement. Go ahead. So,
afterwards, it's like, I sat on it for a year. I didn't even do anything. Like, I passed my test, right? I had my certification, and I sat on it. I was still doing building operations, fixing machines and air conditioners and all that bullshit. And then I just took that leap of faith where I went to New York Sports Club. I filled out application online while I was working in Sports Club LA. I filled out application online, and before you know it, Frank Balzano calls me in. Yo, do you want a job as a personal trainer?
We all know him very well.
Oh yeah, yo, shout out to Frankie B, man. All love,
Frank,
man.
We all know Frank very well. That's funny. What's the biggest change you've seen in the fitness industry from when you started as a trainer to now?
How everything's just more technical in a way, like we're doing chest presses on stability balls. we're understanding the different modalities of training. We're not it's just about strength and power. Like we understand that it's agility, it's mobility, it's so many different. You gotta look at the totality of fitness. It's not just you're just strong in one area, ignore the rest. Like I feel like back in the '80s, we had that. What was that gay dude, the Fro?
Oh shit.
what was his name? You know what I'm talking about.
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons. Shout out to Richard Simmons. You know what I'm talking about. That was different fit. Not saying nothing wrong with that, because any form of movement I'm a support. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's yoga, whether it's whatever you're doing, just move your body. Yeah. But like we came a long way from just this, that. You got that Richard Simmons type training, and then you got the powerlifting, which is not wrong. I like powerlifting too. I think it's great. But we're understanding that we need to put everything together: movement, strength, flexibility, endurance. Yeah, you gotta look at the totality of it, because any sport you possibly could think of, you're not one-dimensional. You feel what I'm saying? It's not just about being strong or being fast, or no. You gotta be well-rounded. Any superb athlete is always well-rounded.
No, I agree.
It's always well-rounded. So I feel like in that regards, like the fitness industry has changed like that. Like we understand like it's different pieces to the puzzle you got to put together when it comes to fitness. It's not just about how much you could bench or how much you could deadlift or how many miles you can run. It's not about the numbers. It's not about that. It should be a lifestyle. It's okay to have goals. I'm not saying don't have goals, but it should be like who you are. It's about like really improving yourself on a day. It's always it's the ultimate self-refinement.
Yeah. No, you're right. I agree. 1,000% with that.
Right.
What do you see as next fitness trend? Good question.
Good question. I don't know, man. You know,
what's next for fitness?
Don't know what's next for fitness right now. We're growing. We're constantly evolving. I can't really predict what can't be controlled. Like I don't know, next 20, 30 years, I might completely change as a trainer myself, have a completely 180 philosophy than what I have. But like, who knows? Like, I don't know. It's a tough question to answer. Like, it all depends on how we set it up for the following generation coming up after us, and what they do with it when they carry on the torches. It all depends on that. Like, but for the most part of it, as long as people are fucking moving, because it's looking like people are not even gonna get into fitness. It's looking like people are getting lazier and lazier, and it's like the movie WALL-E. I don't know if you ever saw the movie WALL-E, but people just became obese and they were like crippled on that chair with the computers always in front of them. And that's where we're heading right now, especially with like the machines in the gym. I said in the beginning of it, man, fucking machines, right? You are the machine. You are the ultimate machine. You do not need a machine. You don't need a Bowflex, treadmill, or any other thing to get in shape. You just need yourself. You need free weights. You need yourself. You need free weights. You need all that stuff. You need good money. But all that fucking Smith machines. Well, I'm not anti-Smith because I hit the Smith machines with you too. Yeah, but that's not the base of our workout. You know what I'm saying?
I think what you mean to say is the trainers that put their clients on machines, and this is to anybody who does it.
I don't do that with my clients.
Get your clients off the machines, because they're not paying you $100 an hour for you to fucking sit there and count reps and count sets and shit, and also the dumb shit when they already live a sedentary lifestyle where they're sitting down a lot. Take them off the fucking machine, man. Do them a service. Do your service correctly too.
I say this, you know what I mean? Like, if your trainer has you on a fucking machine all the time and just counts the repetitions that you're doing, you need to fire that person. You could figure that out yourself. The instructions are on the side. Like, elephant in the room. I don't mean to call people slow and all that, but sometimes people are fucking slow. Like, you don't need a trainer to count repetitions of chest presses on a Smith machine. You could do that yourself. Like, you need a trainer for other things, how to make you a better person all around the board, a better athlete, or just a better individual, you know? You don't need a trainer to sit your ass down and just watch you do some chest flies on a Smith machine. I don't see the purpose of paying someone $100, $150, $200, whatever you're paying the person. I don't see why would you pay a person for that type of service.
It really has to be dynamic movement. If you're not learning dynamic movement from your trainer, if you're not correcting your movement patterns, any movement patterns that you may have that's incorrect. And anybody, unless you're a top level athlete that has the best trainers in the motherfucking world, your movement patterns will probably be incorrect. We all have things that we do habitually daily that create compensations in our muscles, in our movement, and in our daily activities. So for people to sit their clients in machines is a robbery. I understand if you're deconditioned and you need a base, or if you're an old person, or if you just came out of surgery and you need to isolate a certain muscle.
I agree.
Then
with that.
okay.
I agree. That's what the machine has its purpose.
Aside from that, man, if you're fully healthy, if you haven't really done physical therapy, if you've done training before, if you've been an athlete before, if you were an athlete in motherfucking college, if you were whatever you were, then motherfucking, you need to move. That's it.
If you want to get technical though, it's okay. Like someone's injured, someone's old. I'm okay with Smith machines. That's what it's there for. Because essentially it stabilizes the weight for you.
Yeah.
But what I mean with like a healthy person, let's say like a 26-year-old male, right? He comes in, right? He wants to get his chest stronger, and you will with the Smith machine doing chest presses, right? You're gonna get your chest stronger, but you're gonna have an imbalance. And what that imbalance will be is that since the Smith machine stabilize the weight for you, it's not going to be the same when you're finally doing it with a barbell or when you're doing it. And in real life, if you really think about it, right, you're not going to have anything stabilize anything for you. You're responsible for stabilizing whatever. So if you got to get a fucking boulder out of your
chest,
right? Say, hypothetically speaking, I know that's not going to fucking happen, but if a boulder lands on your chest,
hey man, crazy shit has happened before.
Crazy shit happened. You're going to have to, it's not going to be set in that set range of motion and no stabilization. And on top of that, it causes an imbalance where your skeletal muscles become much more stronger than your stabilizers. And what's going to happen eventually? You're going to have a major imbalance with yourself, where you're going to be very strong, where you can't balance yourself. Is that really strong?
No, it's not. It's posterior strength. You know what I mean? It's not interior strength.
It's not strength at all. You can't stabilize.
You're strengthening. What happens with that is scientific. And I learned that shit when I took bio. Big shout to LaGuardia Community College for making me drop out. Well, no, actually, it was my choice. But one thing I learned is that there's superficial and deep musculature within the human body, right? So there's exterior pectoralis, right? But there's pectoralis minor, which is more of a stabilizer. And there's things such as rotator cuff musculature, and there's things such as that, right? So when you do these machines that take away from what the stabilizers are supposed to do, you just build your exterior muscle. You build aesthetic muscle, right? You don't build stabilizing muscle. You don't build core musculature. I don't give a fuck how many crunches you could do. Crunches are probably the worst exercise for you to do. For your neck, for your whole vertebrae, bro. Like, come on. So you can slip a disc. You can.
We know that crunches do not give you abs.
Jesus Christ, man.
If you still believe sit-ups and crunches give you abs, I'm sorry, but I don't want to be the person to tell you, but you're a fucking idiot.
What gives you abs? You know what gives you abs? Doing everything in a cohesive unit and keeping garbage out of your motherfucking mouth is what gives you abs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even a squat can give you abs. A deadlift can give you abs. All these shits can give you abs. It's not about doing 1,000 crunches and 1,000 leg raises. Yeah, it may strengthen your core, but you already have abs. Everyone has abs under the body fat. You just gotta shed the body fat. You have to do your cardio. You gotta eat right. You know, if that's one of your goals. If you want a stronger core, if you want a core that maybe if someone punches you in the gut, you won't feel it, then of course you gotta do some core exercises. But if you just want to look good on the beach, your core's already being worked as long as you're not in the fucking machines.
Literally, a person gets 6-pack just doing pull-ups. Do some pull-ups. You'll engage the shit out of your core. Like let's see what's harder, sit-ups or pull-ups. You tell me, or chin-ups. Like much more difficult.
I can't even switch the camera. But right now there's someone who looks like an army veteran walking with a backpack on the back. Yeah, he looks a little 730. But
It looked like he just had a divorce with his wife.
However,
You're about to jump over that water, bro.
No,
man. Hopefully you don't. I ain't saving you.
I ain't got it.
I save people through fitness.
This might be on the deleted scenes.
Yeah, you gotta edit this out. You gotta cut and edit this out. Y'all don't want to know that side of me. Y'all don't want to know that side of me.
All right, but next topic in fitness. We already elaborate on the box gym.
This shit still recorded, son?
Of course it is. Oh my god.
I gotta edit it. Of course, I know. I already
gotta edit this out.
Of course, I edit.
What do you think of your personal experience?
My personal experience.
When you started in 2010, July, because me and you know each other very well. We started the same fucking day in New York Sports Club. We know each other well. We know the same circle of people. Be real. Tell fucking everything that happened. Like everything that motherfucking happened and everything.
So I can't sum up years of training in a nutshell. I'm gonna forget the majority of it.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Yo, man, I had more good times than bad, man. I had a lot of the best part of it is just meeting people.
Yeah.
Just meeting people for different walks of life. I feel like that, and just really helping people. Like essentially that as a personal trainer, you're a philanthropist.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a good thing when you bring good to someone's life, or what we call good, right? When we bring some good to someone's life and you help them out and you assist them, like it's a good feeling that you got paid for it. So it's like it's a win-win situation. I'm a guy from the bottom, man. I did things I'm not proud of to earn a living and shit in life, coming from the streets and all that. So my preference is helping someone and getting paid at the same time. You can't beat that. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
I'm helping someone out in their life, right? And I'm getting helped out as well. They paying me to help them out.
So mutual benefit. Yeah.
The main thing about it is probably just the meeting people, just different walks of life, interacting with people, meeting other trainers, you know what I'm saying? Like just the social network of things, just expand. I like the fact that this industry is constantly growing, it's expanding. It's not like, how some industries are just like set and it's still and it's stagnant. Like fitness is forever like changing. It's forever. It's like the snake that eats its tail. It's forever going like in cycles, but in a good way. Like it's changing for the better and for the better and for the better. It's always, So I had a good time, man. Just number one is meeting people. I had a lot of experiences. I had some bad experiences too with some people, clients. A lot of great clients I met. Every now and then.
Shout to Cartini.
Oh, shout out to Cartini, man.
If you're watching this,
if she's watching this somewhere in the world, man, Cartini, peace and love. But that's one of the phenomenal people that you meet in life. You got people like Cartini. I'm trying to think who else, man. So many, like one of my clients, Elizabeth Eklund. Like I met her. She's back home. She moved back home. She's not in the U.S. any longer. So just meeting people from different walks of life. Like I wasn't supposed to make it in life. Like I'm a kid from the bottom. Like So it's like a lot of people are cross paths with. It was like if it wasn't for training, I would never cross paths with these people. I would have never bump heads with them. So that's probably the main thing. And just helping people. It's a good feeling in your heart when you just made someone lose 30 pounds or 25 pounds. Coming from you and them, like essentially, because I tell my clients all the time, it's just as you as it is me. Like I'm here, I'm like fucking Tinkerbell helping you out, like guiding you, but you're doing the work. That's what it is. Essentially, you're doing the work. Like I'm bringing you to the water, but you got to drink it at the end of the day. So it's a good feeling that when you help somebody out, like they, because you just basically prolong someone's lifespan. If someone met you, they'll 50% obese, and then you cut that down to 28, 27%. That's a big difference.
You saved their life.
You just saved their life. And literally, trainers save lives. Like, how they say cops save lives and doctors save lives, and which they do. They do. Personal trainers save lives, and I haven't yet to meet a fitness trainer who said something like that. Like, trainers literally are heroes. Like, you save people's lives from fucking catching a stroke, heart attack, diabetes, and you letting them continue on with their life. because of what you possessed in you, the knowledge and you love you have for fitness. You spread that love, right? It's the Brooklyn way. You spread that love, right? You spread that love. You get a little pay. You get paid for it. At the same time, you help people out. You know, so it's the main thing is the helping people out. The main thing, and it's just like you meeting people from different walks of life. I like that. I know I'm so much of an introvert that this is what I need to expand my mind. Like I need to meet people from different walks of life. Just I'm like that. Like I just like that. Like I grew up in a closed environment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to meet people from all like that do different things. To meet architects. To meet dentists. To meet all type of people that do like they have jobs I don't even know what the fuck they're into. Like what do you do? Like that's freaking interesting. Like you scuba dive for fucking fossil fuels. Like, like who does that? Right. Like I would have never met that person if I never was a trainer. So that's the number one thing. The freedom. I forgot to say that too. The freedom, the flexibility that it gives you. Yeah. Like so you know how some of the old school believes that we have to work a 9-to-5 job, or you have to work 10 hours straight, and that's the only way you guys lied to you. They lied to you, man. You can work 8 hours a day, but as a trainer, you can work 4 hours in a day and 4 hours a night. That's you just essentially did 8 hours. I don't know about you, but I can't work 8-10 hours straight. I like to bathe. I like to shit in between. Like I'm a human being. Like I think it's kind of inhumane to work 8-10 hours straight. Like that's kind of what are we doing in the industrial age? Like we work in a soup factory or something. Like we need to work 10 hours straight. So I feel like for young trainers coming out there, that the flexibility they give you is great, but don't get complacent either. Because as a young trainer, we all caught ourselves getting complacent, thinking, oh, we have a freedom of schedule, I could do what I want. No, that's not the case. You got to get on your job. You still need clients, you still need business, you still need to generate revenue, whether you're working a box gym or working with yourself, you still need to be productive. Just because you have a little freedom doesn't mean that you're not going to sacrifice a couple of nights, a couple of weeks where you can set you in the gym for 10, 12 hours in a row. I understand that part. I understand that you must put that work in. But once you get your foot established, it gives you so much freedom. Like to be, you know, you're a human being. Like you need to do laundry in the middle of the day. Like I don't want to get into it on people's personal life, but like it's just that it's
things that people got to do.
Things that you got to do in life, your errands, and you know, people have hobbies. It's okay to fucking have a hobby. Like I can't do the 10 hours straight in the job, so that's one of the great things I love about training is the flexibility that it gives you. Probably not in the very beginning, you're gonna make a sacrifice, just like anything else. But once you get yourself established, that's an awesome thing. Because how many successful trainers you see? They're full-time trainers. They don't have no part-time job. Full-time trainers, but yet you in the middle of the day they're off. They work in the morning, they work at night. And that's great to get that freedom of schedule, man. To be able to like I can't speak for everyone else. I can just speak for myself.
Right.
I personally like having my schedule divided. Like if I'm gonna work 8 hours in a day, I have a schedule. For example, 6 to 10. I have clients from 6 to 10. Right. I'm done at 11. I get some breakfast. I chill out. I work out. Whatever. Do what you gotta do for the day. You know what I mean? Then I'm back at the gym at 5, 6. Then got 3, 4 clients again, back to back. Or you know, every day is a little different. Sometimes I might have two or three clients in the middle of the day, twice a week, 3 times a week. So all varies. But the freedom of schedule that I get, I can just watch a movie in the middle of the day if I want to. And I got to go back to work, which I'm okay. Some people are like, oh, I can't do that. When I'm out of work, I don't want to go back. Which that's that person. I'm just speaking for myself and when I see the benefits of it. I like having freedom. I like being able to move and being able to do things and without feeling like I'm kind of tied down somewhere. I can never have a job where I feel like I must be here, I'm tied down. That's it. You punch out, you punch in, and you wait your 8-9 hours, and you punch out. I know myself. Like it's very. I think it's very crucial for people to start knowing themselves.
What do you?
Be honest.
No, I agree. What do you think about fitness and social media?
It's a good thing and a bad thing. A lot of people, their business has improved. They made business on social media, and so it definitely has a big plus to it. But I don't know. I feel like a drawback to it too is either cliche personalities online. A lot of people, I don't know. I'm so much of a real authentic person. I'm not an actor. Like I'm fine with that. Right? Yeah. But I feel like a lot of people are not authentic. A lot of these online personalities that you see, they're really not authentic with it. They're they're looking at it like as an entrepreneur, which is okay. I'm not, you know, you gotta look at it as an entrepreneur too as well. But it shouldn't be the whole thing. Like I feel like a lot of guys get lost up in the I got to carry myself a certain way. I have to, you know, I feel like a lot of these fitness personalities online, they're really not themselves. Like they're really not who they say they are. And you know.
Bad running mechanics, by the way. She's dragging her feet. But
horrible. Background reaction for it. She's gonna have some type of knee, ankle problem in the future.
If she doesn't have it already.
She doesn't have it
She
already.
doesn't have it already.
What were we getting at? What were you saying though?
Fitness personalities, social media.
Social media. So social media, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's good. It's all dependent. It's like the story with Icarus that he flew too close to the sun.
Yeah.
Like, but his father had the same set of wings and was fine. And he tested them out. His pops was fine. And he told his son, don't fly too high, don't fly too low. What did his son do? He got over-enthused and went too high. And what happened? His wings burnt and he fell down. He died. So I feel like it's not good or bad. It's how you use it. But I feel like there's a lot of phonies out there. I'm gonna just be honest. We call it for it. There's a lot of dudes that they're phony. And then there's a lot of great trainers on social media that I learn from all the time.
Yeah.
You got dudes like Steve Maxwell, Paul Check, Elliot Holtz. Like so, and anyone else I'm forgetting because there's so many trainers I watch online. I know the good ones from the bad. Like, and with those guys, I with them I feel like they're authentic, even though they're entrepreneurs, they're trainers, but they're coming from the gut, they come from the heart. They're not like really like, I don't want to put anyone on blast, but they're not like robots. They're not like automatons. Like, all right, buy training and this is that. Like. And you gotta be. I feel like it's very crucial to be yourself. And social media, you got a lot of people on social media who are really not who they say they are. Like they portray. There's this character that they put up when the camera comes up. But in real life, you really know. You get to know the person, be like, you're really not that person, or you really out for just yourself.
Out for self,
you're not really trying to.
You don't give a fuck about none of your followers. You don't give a fuck about the community. You don't give a fuck about the people you're serving, and
you're narcissistic.
It's just corny. Yeah,
we live in. You gotta keep in mind, we live in
Self-centered.
the most narcissistic era of it all. Like this is the most about all countries. I mean, every country has an issue, but over here we're very fucking narcissistic. We're all into ourselves. How can I make myself better? And you know, it's okay to refine yourself and to make yourself better and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like the narcissism with a lot of trainers, they think muscles make them a better trainer. Let's talk about that now. You know what I'm saying?
No, let's not talk about that.
Your physique, just because you have a good physique doesn't make you a good trainer. Like you got to get your knowledge up. You have to understand the physiology. You got to understand the mechanics of human movement. Is basically you got to learn as much as the doctor is a trainer. I didn't know that coming in this field. I didn't expect that coming along. That like your knowledge, like you have to constantly gain and acquire knowledge. It never stops in this field. It's never ever going to stop. Like you constantly have to learn about the human body and movement and how to apply that to your clients. And there's so much things you have to learn. Nutrition, like as a trainer, it's not just fitness. You have to have social skills, right? You have to know about nutrition,
diet. You have to know different modalities of exercise.
Different modalities. You can't be boring as a trainer. You feel what I'm saying? You got certain expectations that clients have of you, so you have to meet them in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That pretty much sums it up. And by the way, like you said, if you have big muscles, it doesn't make you a great trainer.
Doesn't make you a good trainer at all.
It's all aesthetics. Just because you look good doesn't mean you are good. Practicality-wise, doesn't mean they are strong. Doesn't mean they have knowledge of fitness. And you people have to know that. You know, we live in a world where it's pure looks and it's not knowledge. A lot of people buy into how things look versus how they are. And that's the biggest message I could give to anybody, and probably he could give to anybody too. So with that being said, it's the end of the Fit Talk. We're gonna get back to enjoying our night. It was a pleasure. Thank you for being the first guest.
No doubt,
appreciate you so much. You know what I'm saying?
This is the tip of the iceberg.
And until then, the first step is taking the first step. So get your ass in the gym, get busy, and I'll holler at you on the next Fit Talk. Peace.